I had a whole bit where I was going to sarcastically start with the definition of bittersweet, but then I saw Bing uses the phrase arousing pleasure, and that's just crazy. Anyways, the album is Holding by Hale Laker. Hale Laker is a project run by two solo artists, Low Swimmer and Jemima Coulter. Low Swimmer has done a bunch of collaborations with Novo Moore, who also nails melancholy, and I'm a sucker for guys singing with high voices. This album is made up of 12 songs, and these are the ones that best encapsulate what I think is the bittersweet vibe. And yeah, it's all of them. Toasty's my favorite though. I don't know diddly squat about music theory, but man, the way that lead guitar glides over everything else, I think that's my Oxford definition of bittersweet. The music swells and gets louder, but Jemima's vocals and that lead guitar don't. They keep their calm and they cut through all of that. If we summarize the song's lyrics, we can see it's about a relationship not working. Most of these songs are. The singer and their partner are growing apart because the partner is leaving for 8 months and didn't bring it up properly. I'm assuming it's a romantic relationship because I think it adds more weight, but it could be a friendship too. The word toasty is their description of sitting in a rental car waiting, feeling the heat, but they're too mentally preoccupied to care. Thinking about all the time they've spent with their partner, but in the lyrics, they're not really mentioning anything positive about them, only that they're feeling abandoned and that they preemptively started to push their partner away. But here's where it stands out. Look at these lyrics. Look how short they are. Most of the lines are 2 words long, and the ones that aren't, they're mostly filler words. I don't think that the messaging is terribly complex, but the diction is pretty interesting. Post-coincidental, obscure, opaque. Because they're using so few words, each choice becomes so much more impactful and lets the listener have a wider range of interpretations. Their lyrics in general, though, are fascinating. In the song Caffeine Rivers, we get some unusual lines that don't have explicit meaning, but they craft such a particular image that I can't help but be impressed anyway. Like, look at this. Rhyming cherubim and seraphim and lyres with Old Berlin and synonyms for tired. Who thinks of that? Their literary voice is super distinct and it's awesome. These words are so specifically chosen and they add so much even if it's kind of nonsense. There's a reason these songs are still in my rotation years later. It's clear that what they're saying is meaningful even if we as listeners don't fully know why, but I think that adds to the bittersweet feeling. The song isn't outright depressing or sad, and there's still those same themes of people growing apart and choices the singer regrets. There's also a tone of acceptance. Maybe not full head-on acceptance, but acknowledgement that they can't change what's happened. They can only continue on, and that's okay. That's quintessential bittersweetness. The second track, Wild, does this one thing that I absolutely adore, talking about something without actually talking about it. Throughout the whole album, Low Swimmer and Jemima share the vocals, usually with Low Swimmer supporting Jemima's lead. Wild breaks that pattern though, and the two have a conversation in the lyrics. Taking the literal meanings, it's not really about anything. The lines that always stuck out to me were, decided not to renovate, I think the ceiling is fine. Why would a sad song include that? Why would people who put so much care into their lyrics include that? It's a distraction. The speaker doesn't want to think about their newly ended relationship. They're looking for anything else to distract them so they don't have to. Of course, the speaker does eventually address what they've been avoiding. Low Swimmer's non-answers to Jemima's questions finally break, and the music starts to flow when he acknowledges them. It's been wild since you told me, it's been a whole thing, I'm done. There's the acceptance again. Acceptance because whatever they had is over, and that isn't ever going to change. Too many things have happened between them for it to change. This entire album is littered with perfect bittersweet phrases. Colorado's opening, honestly hate it, it's a special occasion, and I couldn't be there for you. Labrador's is, I let the light leave, where had I been? I'm calling my head to come back down to my feet. But especially Oh Boy. This song is a masterclass of sad, pondering lyrics, vocals, music, everything. Sitting at home, reminiscing, wondering how much of their relationship was actually real. It's fine you weren't to know that I broke down when I found out you'd gone. Holy shit. I'm tripping over my shorthand, it was fiction the whole time you said, but I'm just thinking of the times we had. They aren't even focusing on the fact that their partner left. They can only think of the happy memories, even if they don't tell us what those memories are. I really enjoy that line, I'm tripping over my shorthand, because that too is such a detailed imagery. Writing down their thoughts is a struggle because they're too distracted. I have never heard those words in that order before, but I'm so glad someone arranged them that way. If it's not clear by now, these kinds of things hit me hard. I've always felt that bittersweet songs have more depth, and until I started writing this, I wasn't sure why. But I think it's because they have the balance between opposing feelings rather than focusing on one or multiple similar ones. I'm not dogging on happy songs or depressing songs, because I listen to a fair share of those too. But I think the back and forth of bittersweet leads to more variation musically, if not lyrically too. And Hale Laker in particular walks his line really well. Now, obviously, even presented with this irrefutable evidence, you might have your own opinions on what's actually the best bittersweet music, and that's great. Please comment those, because I would love to find more stuff like this. But also, go listen to at least some of the songs I talked about, because descriptions can't do them justice. Just put on some headphones and listen without other distractions. Hopefully you like them as much as I do.
And I'm drinking all